What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. I have a few clips lined up for us today. I also have, if we have time, I have a little Reddit story I'm going to be reading as well. And it is New Year's Eve. As I said in my previous video, I don't celebrate New Year's Eve, anything like that. It's been a very long time since I did anything like that. I usually just option to accept the work. My work will always offer overtime on holidays, and so I will be doing that this evening. However, if any of you are going out and enjoying the festivities, be safe, have fun, and all that jazz. And anyway, let's go ahead and let's get into the clips. And hey, how's it going? My name's Rat Boy.
On the very few first dates I've been on, this reaction that men have when I tell them what I'm doing for a career. You know, usually they're like, "Oh, you don't look like a astrophysicist." Usually they're not trying to be mean, because I feel like I'm young, I'm a woman, I'm a person of color, I'm not really the image of an astrophysicist, historically, and I understand that. The conversation, goes towards, the length of the program. You know, how long is the program? And I'll be like, oh, it's 4 to 5 years, which actually, for American PhDs, is very, very short. So I'll be like, yeah, 4 to 5 years. And they'll be like, oh my God, that's so long. That's most of your 20s. You're going to be trapped in Princeton, you know, doing a PhD. Often that reaction does make me a little sad. I felt like it's been getting to me where I'm like, yeah, they're right. Am I lame? I'm studying in a castle in a suburb of New Jersey. I'm not in New York and really going out a lot, and it really was getting to me. And then I kind of was like, wait, that's just not really what I'm doing. Am I studying a lot? Totally. I'm studying a really niche subject. Yes. I'm also having a crack at some of the biggest problems in the universe. That's my job. That's really cool. The day I'll know that I've met my husband is when I tell someone I'm doing astrophysics and tell them that I'm here for 5 years tackling some of the biggest problems in the world, and they'll be excited for me rather than dreading what I have in front of me. Some thoughts on this Thursday morning. Love you. Bye.
Who's gonna tell her? Fellas, who's gonna tell her? Okay, why are you in college doing something like getting a PhD in astrophysics and dating? Well, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to bring a man into all this? So here's my thought process behind this, and I think a lot of guys that she's trying to date are thinking this way as well. When guys are in their 20s and they're dating, they are looking for possibly a potential wife. Okay, they're looking for a woman they can spend their life with. And you're dating these men and you're telling them that you're going to be stuck for 5 years in school. And they're thinking, okay, well, why are you dating? What are we doing here? You know, now, I haven't seen a lot of this woman's content. I don't know if she has been hooking up with some dudes or whatever, but I'm going to assume that because she is getting her PhD, that she doesn't have time to do that kind of stuff. So that's just an assumption I'm going to make. But a lot of men are looking at the situation and they are going to say thank you, but no thank you. And they're going to walk away, because whenever you're going to a school, Princeton, okay, and you're going for 5 years, there's two ways to think about this. The first way to think about it is that she has accumulated massive student debt. Maybe she got a little bit of a grant or something, or maybe she had a scholarship, but eventually money will have to be paid. And a lot of times scholarships don't cover the entirety of your schooling. Grants cover a little bit, but they also don't cover a lot. So a lot of times these women will have to sign on to some debt to cover the rest. That is one option. A lot of men look at a woman like this that are going through school, and they might have no problem with the school itself. You know, she's getting her education. She is doing what she wants to do, and that's perfectly fine. But however, they're looking at it as potential risk to their financials because of all this debt. And if they do want to get something serious with a woman, that debt that is her debt will eventually become his debt, and they're not looking at that. Now, that's just an assumption. Like I said, I haven't went through her videos. The other thing that could happen is that she has a rich dad. a very wealthy father that is sort of bankrolling her school, which is not uncommon. Now, I don't have to tell you the complications in getting with a woman that has a family like that. So you need to either be bringing the same amount or potentially even more money than what her dad's bringing in order for this to be, to work out. Okay. A lot of times, which I actually have a guy that I work with that's kind of going through the same thing where he's dating. I say dating, but they're actually living together, which I told him was a huge mistake. Never move in with a woman, but he doesn't listen. Moved in with this woman, and she comes from a well-to-do family. Okay, they're not like rich or anything, but they are they have money, and he is not like that. So there's definitely a few bumps in the road with that dude, and I kind of see where that story's ending. However, he's working through it. Hopefully he gets the help that he needs, but it is a tough road out there whenever you choose to involve yourself with women like this. That's why she is not able to date. She can possibly entertain men. That's not an issue. And she'll be able to find men on dating apps. She'll put the pictures up, she'll rope them in, and they're not going to stick around. Okay. The risk is just way too much for women like this. But good luck to her. She's an astrophysicist, so she'll figure it out, I'm sure. I'm not going to say she'll be alone forever, but maybe she'll meet somebody. Here's our next clip here. Let's listen to this individual's date she had in Miami.
In Miami, part 4. I think I just had one of the most unhinged dates of my entire life. Everything seemed normal, right? We were at the restaurant, good food, good drink. You could sense that things were starting to change as he started having more and more drinks. 1 drink, 2 drinks, 3 drinks, 4. He was getting more and more aggressive as he kept drinking. He wasn't really okay with me having a difference of opinion. Tell that he was getting really aggravated because I wasn't arguing back with him. He came out with something that was really concerning. The whole P. Diddy case, he was insinuating that it wasn't really his fault. At that point, I was like, oh fuck, get me out of here. There's something wrong with this guy. After that, he brought something up about my hair, asking me if I had extensions. I feel him grab the back of my hair and pull my head back. And I literally look at him and I go, stop. I was so taken aback. I did not know what to do. I grossed out and disgusted and offended that he would even think it's okay to touch me like that. That was the end of the date. When we were at our building, he had the balls to ask me, oh, you're not gonna come up to my place? I'm like, no. When I wouldn't get in the same elevator as him because I didn't want him knowing what floor I was on, he's like, you're not gonna get in the same elevator as me? You think I want you knowing where I live? You are out of your mind. Definitely probably one of the worst dates of my life. Please be careful. Please share your location with one of your friends or tell somebody where you're going to be. Text them when you get home. Take precautions when you need to because you never know who's crazy.
Or I would say the easiest thing to do is just to not date these types of men. Okay, the signs were there. Okay, this is something that has always baffled me. These women will ignore all the signs, okay? And you know how a majority of these women are. They have the Instagram Sherlock Holmes. They run through the profile. They know every single individual detail about these men. And then they go out on the dates and they're surprised that they have the point of views and the actions that these men do. Really? You're surprised? She had no idea what to do, you guys. She couldn't leave. Why are you entertaining these types of men? Women will entertain the good-looking man regardless of if he has a violent past, which you've seen it's a reoccurring meme right at this point where they have the guy and he's in the courtroom and he's an attractive guy, but he's done, he's a serial Ender. I can't say the word on YouTube, but you know what I'm talking about, the cereal guy. And the women are in the comments like, he looks innocent to me. Oh, he's invited him. He can be invited to my cell anytime, or you know the comments they make. It is completely insane. They will put attractiveness over anything, over a guy that could potentially, end them. They will choose the attractive guy that could potentially do that instead of going for just an average looking guy that would be nice, at least nice to them, at least treat them with a little bit of respect. And you have this guy, he's pulling the chick's hair, he's cursing her out, he's getting violent, he's arguing about Diddy. Like, well, what are we doing? What are you doing? You're choosing to involve yourself with these types of men? These are very bad decisions these women are making. And then they're confused why men won't entertain them whenever they're in their 30s. Like, you need to look back and look at all the mistakes you've done. Why would any man want to invite this type of idiocy in his life? Is beyond me. I don't think I want to be living with a woman or involved with a woman that chooses to make bad decisions all the time. It's just I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. I kind of feel like if she's making bad decisions in her own life, then when she's going to be with you, she's going to make even worse decisions because now she has somebody to blame it on. That's just the way my mind works. I've been put in those situations where bad decisions have been made, and then all of a sudden people are looking at you and you're like, I didn't have anything to do with it. Well, you did. You had everything to do with it because it was your woman that did it. So men usually get blamed for this sort of stuff. No wonder these men are completely walking away. You come across a woman like this, run. Absolutely run. So here we have a little bit of a Reddit story. I'm just going to read this first part. It has been edited later on, but this comes from the subreddit Dating Over 30, and it's titled, How's in Real Life Dating Going for You? Just deleted the apps and feeling excited, nervous, scared, happy, and relieved all at once. Hey everyone, 37 female here, and I just deleted Bumble and Hinge off my phone, and while it feels like a relief, I'm also a bit nervous. Lately, I wasn't clicking with anyone, and using the app started to feel more draining than exciting. I've decided to shift my focus to expanding my social circle through activities and courses I've started. My goal is to invest in myself and build a fulfilling single life while staying open to meeting someone organically. That's really good advice, fellas, by the way. That said, I believe life feels more complete in a meaningful relationship, but I'd much rather be single than in the wrong relationship where I feel unappreciated. It takes courage to live intentionally, and I'm proud of taking this step, even though it's scary. To those in their late 30s navigating single life in a big city, what's your experience? Any inspiring stories about finding love or fulfillment off the apps? Would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, so it's a very interesting outlook on dating. I will go ahead and give you my advice on this one, which this is actually a really good idea. I'm not sure why women decide to get on dating apps in the first place. If you're looking for a relationship, the last place you need to be looking is on a dating app. I think there is the rare occasion where sometimes a man and a woman find each other and they might have a good relationship and all this, but that is so rare. Okay, a majority of the time dating apps are going to be mainly for hooking up, situationships, and cheating. Okay, that's the three things that dating apps are primarily doing nowadays. There might have been a time, maybe a decade ago, that you could get on a dating website and find someone worthwhile, but I just think right now it is a cesspool. Okay, it is just, there's nothing really out there. A lot of times these men are paying $24-$25 a month just to get one or two matches and stuff, and so it's just, what's the point? What is the point? Don't get on the apps. Don't worry about dating online. It's a waste of time, especially for men. And if you know if women are stopped doing it, you know it's really bad. Okay, because women have the best options when it comes to online dating, and now it's just like trash for everyone. So she has decided to maybe join some singles activities, get with her social group, try to find someone out in the wild, which is a great idea to do. I would actually advise men to do this as well. And you can try what are they called? The dating meetup, the speed date. I mean, sure, you can try that if you want. But honestly, I think a lot of the times that is not going to work for average men. Okay. But, you know, if it's free and if you have the free time, you know, I wouldn't cancel an evening or change plans. But I mean, if you want to stop by, sure, that's always an option. But I'd recommend just getting out there, joining some singles events, singles clubs. There's plenty of things to do in your area. You just got to go out there and look. For me, there's a lot of like beach, you know, I live next to the beach, so there's a lot of beach stuff. There's some yacht clubs, which I don't have a yacht, but you can still go there and hang out. There's so many different things you can do. And even if you don't want to do that, you can always just go to your, you know, local coffee shop, local bookstore, grab you a coffee, maybe spark up a conversation there with somebody. There are a lot of women out there today that really don't care if you approach them or not. Honestly, online you'll see a lot of women make a big fuss about it, but I would say for the most part you can still kind of approach a woman in public and she's not going to freak out. The worst she'll do is just tell you no, and I know that's kind of like something that's been said over and over again. Oh, the worst they can say is no. But for the most part, you know, no thank you. You say, okay, well, you know, have a good day, and you walk away. It's a lot better than wasting your time scrolling on an app that isn't going to get you any matches anyway. And it's just, honestly, from what I've been hearing from a lot of these guys, it just kind of makes you depressed. It just makes you feel worse about yourself. Spend that time scrolling, spend that time in the gym, spend that time going for walks, get yourself out there, do something, do anything other than staring at a screen. That's my opinion on it. But let me know what you guys think. That is going to be the end of today's video. It is New Year's Eve. I hope you guys have a safe evening, celebrate, have fun, and I'll catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.